computer froze. I think it's, it's a laptop, and even though I have it up on a wire shelf, it seems to overheat sometimes whenever I'm playing a game. This particular game, actually. Um, something, something happens. It's a bad deal. But anyway, I've restarted and I need to go have a look at those heroes again. Alright, so we got Regulus up to level 23. Not bad. And then I could promote him. I don't really see any great need to right now. As far as the guys that I used in the dragon fight, I think we're doing pretty decently, really. Could do with a little more parole here, looks like. Actually, there's quite a few people who could use some skill increases. Even Dao Chen. Let's go ahead and do I want to give it to her? So many options. I think so, though. I think we go ahead and do that. Seems like a good idea, well. So give her something. And then check on him. Yeah, sure. We could give him some of the dust. The dust is very. We have quite a bit of the legendary dust, so it's fine. I feel to use some of that to get his skills up, even though I haven't actually used him yet. And he may not be as good as I want him to be, but he looks like it. Looking at the spells that he has. And of course, primarily I need a defender that's decent, so. Because right now, that's a shortcoming that I have. Looks like we are consistently leveling up Lionheart. When Regulus's HP drops below 10%, he summons Holy Shelter and becomes immune to all damage for 10 seconds at the one-time per deployment. And we've increased the duration of that by a couple of seconds. The other thing we've increased so far is deals damage to one enemy, increases defense by 5% for every one enemy blocked, and restores 3 extra rage for every 4 basic attacks launched. And basically we increased the periodic rage regen by 3. Doesn't seem too bad. So, and we increased that again, which is his basic attack, so it's perfectly fine. And yet again, fine use of legendary skill dust, I think. This time we increased morale, which gives maximum HP increased by 5%, skill cost minus 100, and initial rage plus 100, huh? And that is for morale, which is his ultimate, and it goes in a whole square around him. Increases maximum HP by 45% and inflicts 40% damage taken by adjacent allies for 12 seconds. So he not only protects himself, he protects everyone in an adjacent square for 12 seconds. It's pretty damn good. I like it. Alright, now, who else? We can look at her, and we actually can level her up to max on both of her skills here. So this is Symbiotic Power. Grants damage increase for 8 seconds to allies every time they use their ultimate. However, this effect won't trigger during her own ultimate. And that's damage plus 20%, which is very nice. And then we'll go ahead and get the other one over here maxed out. It's nature's aspiration. This is her ultimate. When the skill is activated, restores 4% rage for 2 random allies within range every 2 seconds, lasting for 12 seconds, which is, that's nice. It is really good. It's a good thing. Otherwise, um, well, I suppose I can throw maybe another one into Baron. Who knows? We've still got some skill dust. I may just hold out on it because I may want to put it somewhere else, some of that stuff. Anyway, overall, I think it's pretty decent group of stuff there. The heroes are doing pretty well overall. And let's go to the guild. First of all, donation window and see if there's anything here. Donate 10 promotion insignias. And so we can do that 5 times. Sure, let's do the melee. Because we have a good number of those and they're very easy to come by. So we got 25 guild coins and 50 guild activity for that. And we completed that quest. Okay. So, then I'm going to go to Drake's Chasm Daily. We haven't done that yet today. Looks like somebody hit the Easy Dragon. But you know what? If it's just me attacking tonight, which it looks like since it's 1:20 a.m., I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit the night. Nah, I don't know. Should I? I'll probably just get slaughtered in Nightmare 3. Maybe I do Nightmare 2. Let's do Nightmare 2 and see if I can do any better at it than previously. I'll probably put them out in the wrong order. Seems likely. Let's playtest this. And see if we can get any better than we did before. I don't know. It's a tough call, really. All right. So, notably, we'll have to get aim behind arrogance to get his DPS initially up. But then we can throw out Wrath, who's doing very good DPS, and then we can put Cena right behind him. If I can remember to remove her later, that's going to make a difference. Now, I don't know who is going to be best as far as between Idril and Brienne, but I'm going to put both of them. Well, alright, let's just do Idril for the moment because I would like to have Camille here and Dao Chen here. And then and then Laurel here, I think. And maybe that's not the best arrangement. I don't know. That was perhaps not the best idea either, but we'll see. I don't know how quickly Dao Chen is going to recover and if they actually need more than what they have to survive these hits. I feel like I can keep her in DPS mode until it starts another nasty, like really kind of anything that he's going to cast after he gets up. Then I'm going to have to switch her back. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Overall statistics, arrogance, aim, wrath, and then Xena. And in fact, Xena ended up doing pretty well compared to the others, even after I went ahead and left her out last time. And she did very well. She did better than like others. I feel like Brienne would be doing better than Idril. And I also feel like I should have switched her probably already today. to healing stance, but that's okay. I think we're still alright in phase 2 to have left it for that long. Not sure that I'm gonna leave her in though. I'm gonna actually definitely take out Angel in a moment. I'll let her ward get hit, I suppose, and take some of that hit. But realistically, she's just, first of all, I need to switch her. And then second of all, I'm gonna move Idro out and put Brienne in because I just think that's the better option. And in fact, Anai should have been the one I put in. Mistakes were made, that's for sure. As usual. Which means that I'm going to be leaving archers out of it, or I don't know. It's hard to say. I like arrogance having um, the boost from Laurel. That's kind of the main thing. So he has stood back up, and I'll go ahead and switch back into healing stance. The cool part is when she switches back and forth, she does have a little while of having some of the other effect of whatever the other stance was for a few seconds there, which is cool. It would be nice to not have to bring Camille along and to be able to stick another DPS in that spot. Yeah, I think Brienne is better than Idril, and I don't know, maybe once Idril gets in better shape as far as awakenings and things like that, then she might be more up for it. But for now, I feel like Brienne is probably the higher DPS of the moment. We're in phase 4 right now. I think after this meteorite impact, I'm going to switch Dao Chan to healing stance right now and give that last few seconds of better DPS. Okay, so it was higher Dragon Blood than previously. Still not great. And and Arrogance has done better. Arrogance did almost 15 million. I think maybe it may have been on this dragon, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was on the dragon prior to the Nightmare one. I'm not sure. But Aim and Wrath did almost the same kind of DPS, which is cool. Um, the next highest one is Xena, in spite of the fact that she does drop off when she's first deployed. She does extra DPS, but then it's kind of a burst thing. You know, you can stick her out and then pull her back. But I don't know. And then also I need to check Edrin because I think that he is very good as well. So I wonder if I drop. Hmm, let's see. What if I drop? Let's go to fight. And then can't drop the healer, that's for sure. But I could drop her and then put in him, even though he's not 100% ready. It's kind of a tricky thing. I don't know who the best person would be to wait on. Alright, let's give this a shot and see if we can do any better. I would like to put an eye out there, but maybe there's not room right now. So let's just start with the old standby of arrogance, followed by aim. Then I'm going to put out wrath and Xena. Now, as far as DPS goes, the next one would normally be a 9, but we're going to give Adrian his daily side. And then I think I'm going to switch up maybe the way that I have this laid out. For one thing, though, she is not going to be able to reach over to where he is with her heels, which is a problem. I can put Emil here, and that'll make her hit him. And then we have one more deployable. I would like to have Laurel here, but if we do it like this, Laurel will barely hit him. So, how about we try putting an eye out here instead, and just see what happens. And then, I could pick up the one girl, Xena, at any point. Now, right now, Xena is second to arrogance, but that will drop off. Wrath is currently beating in. Now, see, Xena is falling down the list. Adrian is, he is on there. He's above an eye, currently below Xena. How that'll end up, I'm not sure, but that's what it's looking like at the moment. We don't have Laurel, so we don't have that extra pump on that. And switch her back over to healing stats. Okay. Could have put Camille on the other side and just have her essentially healing Adrian. Because they may not be able to do it like this, I'm not sure. They're out of each other's healing range at the moment. And that could be an issue. I'm not sure. We'll see. Arrogance is doing, he's still topping the DPS. course, Ain and Wrath are pretty neck and neck still. I may have failed to switch Dao Chan to DPS stance. Looks like Xena is almost down as low as Idrin now. The thing is that I don't know that it would help to put somebody else in. The only one that I would rather put in, I think, would be Laurel. And I think I'd just as soon put in, she died. I think I would just as soon put in Brienne. Well, no, Brienne's who I'm putting in right now. Again, the trouble is that with this formation, Laurel can't do the help that she normally can because it's just there's too many melee fighters out there for her to be able to hit very many of them. Also, I failed to switch Dao Chan yet again, doing terribly in that regard. Can't go without Camille, clearly. Now we have Camille once more. But we don't have Dao Chan, so this is abysmal. That's not going to go well. Down they went. Well, it was certainly not a good showing. Alright, well, it is 1:36 a.m. I'll have to think on that. I'm not sure how it would have gone if things had gone differently, but I've gotta consider it. Let's do some auto fights on him, and we'll see how much that ends up doing. This would be with the one that I recorded last, which would have been the better, obviously the better layout one way or another because it kept them all alive, and they did higher DPS. Of course, again, dead men don't do DPS, right? So keeping them alive is integral to success, really. It's unfortunate that I have to have both Dao Chan and Camille in order to make it through this fight. I can't just have one or the other. Gotta have the two of them combined to succeed in the fight. Alright, so almost 15%. That's 14.79% in one attack. It's not too bad. I mean, it's interesting how neck and neck Ain and Wrath are. And they both have other benefits beyond simply their DPS. Wrath is a lord for one thing, and his faction boost is very, very helpful. And then Ain is also a lord, and he boosts the guy in front of him, his DPS basically. So very good, both of them. And then they're followed by Xena, in spite of the fact, again, her primary damage is burst at the beginning of the fight, but yet she did so much more damage than Brienne or Idril. Even if you stick their damage together, you add it up and go, okay, and that's like 354,000 DPS from the two of them combined. Um, it's insignificant compared to virtually anyone else there. Could definitely trade an eye out for one of them or for both of them. But yeah, all right. Let's do another autofight on this, and then that'll have to be it for the night, I'm afraid, because it is 1:40 in the morning. So it's interesting to see the differences between just a little bit of, you make a minor change sometimes, and it can make a major difference. Feel like I have to keep it tighter, or I have to spread out the healers, one or the other. I either have to contain them all in the area where they can be hit by both Laurel and the healers as much as possible, or I have to spread them out, and then it would decrease them. Essentially, it would decrease their effectiveness to spread them into the two areas, because there are these boosts going on from different characters, and so divide and conquer is what you do when you want to fight against a large group. And in this case, it's one dragon versus our 8 people that we can deploy, and so his best bet against us is to divide us, right? Even though he's only one person, or one creature, it's just we can't support each other as well if we're not together. So I feel like keeping them all together and all within that umbrella of ideally, as much of both of the healers as possible, and also Laurel, if the more that can be covered by that range, the better. So that's my thought on it. And it's a matter of how to do it most effectively, right? So let's click this, because we challenged the Drake's Chasm 2 times, and we can claim this 20 gold coins, 28 guild activity tokens, and 5,000 gold. But yes, so I need to rearrange that once more and try to get the best, not just the best composition of people, but the best locations for those people as well. So that's my current thoughts on the matter. Skin discount, quests, and claim this. We got 50 diamonds and 1 discount token for that. And that's all. And click our 1 random discount and see what that lands on. Alright, so it landed on this, whatever it is. Let's see, this gleaming meteorite times 80, refining crystal times 3, and gear recasting hammer times 2, bringing the price for that down to $9.99. That's 350% off. That's incredible. But let's see, what was it again? 80 gleaming meteorites. I don't know exactly what those are for. I have them, and I feel like I've been using them, but I don't remember which thing they are. Fury's casting hammer, I haven't used any of those yet. I have vague knowledge of what they are. This other thing over here to the right, I understand very well. 20 rare summoning crystals, 1 legendary summoning crystal, and 5 ancient summoning crystals. And that's for $24.99. But at least I do know what those are, right? This other one over here, no discount obtained. It's the Supreme Sovereign Ingrid, who apparently is $39.99 for her. I don't really understand. Is she just you just buy? It's just a skin, right? Is it a? It's a. It looks like it gives an attack bonus of 0.7% and a defense of 0.12, or not 0.12, but plus 12. Um, she's 5-star mage, but I don't have Ingrid, so I don't know that having her skin would be all that beneficial for me. I'm gonna click into the zombie invasion just to get the 10 auto fight tokens for the day, which is cool that you can do that. I don't, I don't have the time at the moment to do anything, crazy. It's already 1:44, and so in a few minutes it'll be a new day in this game. So I don't have time to play it properly or anywhere close to properly. I'm just gonna do it for maybe 5 waves or something, and then get out of it and uh, get my reward for essentially playing it today. So that's my big plan of the moment. Things are just flying along, aren't they? It's crazy how quickly you level up at the low level in this. It's just like one thing after another. You just fill a thing and oh, hey, here's the next level, Here's the next one, here's the next one. Alright, well, that's probably enough of that. We're going to quit the battle and then go collect our reward for the day on that. Because I definitely could use the auto battles that you get from it. So we tap to close, come over here, and we claim that challenge 1 time daily during the event award, which is 10 auto fight chances. This ends in 2 days, by the way. So 2 days from now, we'll be gone. Keep that in mind, yes. I do have a couple of cross keystones to use, I guess I'd say. And I think I have to use this tomorrow, so I'll have to remember to do that for sure. I'm gonna come check the mine and claim 2 insignia inventories, 2s, 1950 gold, 5 stamina, and 1,200 Euro XP tokens. Potions. They're not tokens. Alright, cool. This person will return from sailing in 15 minutes, but that'll be something I will have to collect tomorrow. Because tonight I must go just away. Alright, well, it was a pleasure streaming with all of you. I hope you had fun. And if you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see whenever I go live. Again, it was fun seeing you guys, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye for now.